Okay, so today's video didn't do an intro as per usual, so this is my intro. We went strawberry picking and it was to make jam for a summer fete that our little village holds. And you can enter competitions like jams, chutneys, cake making, crafts, that kind of thing. I was going to do embroidery, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time to do what I want to do because it's near the end of July, and that's not far away for embroidery because embroidery takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. But here is me making my jam. I'll do a little voiceover for what I'm actually doing, but enjoy. Okay, so we are at Little Mountains Pick Your Own Farm this comes under Morden. The biggest tip I can give you is go for the deeper, darker berries. The seeds kind of go a darker colour rather than a bright yellow. The raspberries, I have to show you the raspberries. They were the biggest raspberries I have ever seen. Of course, we had to take a couple. It all got weighed in the same punnet anyway. When we got home, I washed my berries in a little bit of salt water. I let them soak there for a bit to get any nasties off, and then that's when I trimmed the tops off. Because our berries are so ripe, I literally just dug the knife in a little bit and right next to the stem and kind of lightly pulled, so I don't really waste a lot of stem at all. I'll show you in a second, but I just did this. It's a very long and laborious job if you're making a big batch of jam like I did, but yeah, it's so easy to do. You can just slice it off, but it wastes a lot more strawberry. Some of the tops come off a lot easier than others. It depends on how ripe they are. Now I am just chopping the strawberries. You can chop them any way you want. I like doing different shapes, so I keep some bigger bits, I keep some thinner bits, I slice some. The different textures of the strawberries when they cook in the actual sugar syrup, it creates the different texture for the different sizes. So the thinner bits go a little bit more chewy and caramelised. The chunkier bits stay a bit more juicy, but the outside's a little bit chewy. It's just nice to have that different balance of textures in the jam, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so as you see, there's really not much stem left. You can just put this in some syrup and boil it up and make another short strawberry sugar syrup for something like gin and tonic, but I just put them in the compost. Here I've already weighed my bowl and I'm weighing out my strawberries, and then I am just going in with my sugar. I had about a kilo of strawberries here, and this wasn't even all of them. We saved some to eat, and then we go in with a kilo of sugar as well. You can use jam sugar, it has pectin already in, but I just do normal sugar. Then I am just going in with the juice of one lemon. I probably should have done two in hindsight, but it was quite a big lemon, so it's fine. After we've added the lemon, we are just going to stir everything up and kind of mash it a little bit just to get the juices flowing. So it takes a while to start stirring everything together, but once you have stirred everything together, you want to leave it for a bit and stir it every so often. This maceration process, it just makes the actual cooking of the jam a lot faster. At least I found that anyway, because sugar, once it gets to a certain temperature, kind of halts, and then it climbs again, and then it halts. Whereas I find if I do this, it's a much faster process. It also makes the house smell really nice, so that's always a plus. So Nick and I did actually end up going outside into the garden, the communal garden area, and we had a drink and a chat with the neighbour, which was quite nice. So this ended up macerating for about 3 or 4 hours. After that, I just pour it into my pan, and then we start bringing it up to temperature. I've not changed anything in the video, by the way. That's the actual colour that it is. Like, you can tell the difference from before and after, how deep the colour goes. Here I'm just using a sieve to skim off any kind of scum, otherwise that sits on the top of your jam and you do not want that. It's edible, but it's, you know, for something like a competition, I don't want that on my jam. Now, I struggled pouring it into my jars, which I sterilised beforehand, by the way. So I've not actually got a video of it, but just pour your hot jam into your sterilised jars and do them up and they should be fine. Okay, so if you're from Essex, you've probably heard of Laithcoats Farm. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Laithcoats Farm. But they're a pick your own farm. They're always busy. You have to get a ticket if you want to go at the weekend now. And I didn't feel like paying £12 for two of us to go and pick your own and only get £4 back. So we went to a different farm called Little Mountains Farm. Go follow them on Facebook because sometimes they run out of the ripened fruit, so they close. Sorry, that's my cat trying to cover her food up. I don't know if anyone else's cat does the same, but she goes mad to try and cover her food up. So if anyone knows why, let me know. Just a tip for when you're going strawberry picking, people tend to go up the middles a lot. Nick was really lucky, he's never been strawberry picking, and when I was younger you had to like go through the ones with the straw on the floor. These were all like plants on perches, so you didn't have to go through the floor. Everyone goes through the middle and near the front. If you go to the back of the rows or down the side edges where no one else goes, that's where the good deep dark berries are. Those are the ones you want if you're going to eat them like right now, or you're going to turn them into jam on the same day. So move to the very back because people will be lazy. They'll start at the front and work up. So by the time they get halfway, the punnets are full. So just go straight to the back first and work your way back. The best way to do it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my jam making video. It's fairly simple. It's a fairly simple jam to make. Most jams are. I didn't use any pectin in mine, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. Usually when I macerate the berries first, I don't usually need pectin if you get it up to the right temperature, so hopefully we'll be okay for competition day.